Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we're dealing with a bunch of problems, and can't never be in a frame of mind where you can just concentrate on your creativity and your positiveness and stuff like that when you got so much negative going on around you. Electric keeps shutting off and on, and it's done it so many times now that it fried the Bison Workshop computer. So now I'm back to trying to find a computer, build one, I guess. I got a deal with somebody I'm working on for a gaming machine. It's about a $1,700 gaming machine, and I'm thinking about doing some trading for that rotor lathe and drum lathe. It's a nice computer, man. I'll show you a picture of it, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Ain't that thing pretty? So anyway, on a positive and negative note, man, if you're watching my videos, you're watching it because you want to see how I do something. I understand everybody has their ideas and stuff like that, and there's ways to put those ideas out there to somebody without it sounding like I didn't do something the right way, or I don't know, man. You know, I'm a depressed man anyway, and when all you hear is negative, just plain old negative all the time, you tend to start thinking that way. So, you know, please guys, let's try to keep things positive on my page or my channel. You know, I'm not getting a whole lot out of this, you know, and there's like 4 hours worth of editing that goes into every one of my videos. So, you know, a video editor, they make pretty good money, and I'm doing the shop and editing. Yet you guys see 20 minutes worth of stuff. It might take me a day to do 20 minutes worth of work on a video, and most of that day is spent on editing videos. So we work pretty hard as YouTube creators to try to bring you guys something that teaches somebody different ways, and try to share the best way to put something together and cost the least amount of money. We're in a world where economics is a bad thing. But anyway, we're back to number 3 on the Grizzly g0758. I swear to God, I gotta look at it every single time. Never have to look at the frickin' lathe. It just rolls off the tongue. This one here, I think I'm gonna rename it, because I can't never remember that. That's why it's still there. But anyway, we got the parts ready to go on here, and I'm gonna set you guys up around here somewhere, and we're gonna go ahead and put this thing together. Alright, so now the first thing we got to do is put the plate on it, and there it is, and it's not done by far. I cleaned this side of it up, and I'm thinking I'm just going to leave that side the way it is because it was really smooth. This side here don't have a whole lot of scrapes in it. This side, half of this paint was missing, so I just went ahead and redone it to make it smoother. We're not done by any means on this plate. We still gotta, wait for my bracket to come, or my power supply to come, because I want to try to mount it on this. So I'm gonna have to take it off again to mount all the electronics and stuff like that, and I want it to be nice and neat. I'm hoping that controller's not too awful big. If it is, I might have to go another route by mounting some kind of a box on the back side of this. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and put this thing together and stop running my mouth. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put our pulley on. And then we'll put the nut on. Now I'm not going to install everything permanent right now because, like I said, I got to take this bracket back off. This is just temporary. I was looking at one of my subscribers' meal, and he's got, I think, one number past this or before this one, and his has the handle on the side. Can't remember what the model was. Alright, now we're going to put our motor on there, and remember, we want our belt, our cord to be in the back side. Then I laid that down the shavings and got them metal shavings on it. Alright, so now the tricky part is getting the first one in. Once you get the first one in, it works out pretty good. So now we're going to move this motor to the side here. And we're going to put this first one up in there. Yep, first one's a doozy. Alright. Then we get our next one. Put that one in. And then we'll put the last one in. It's kind of awkward, and I'll show you here in a minute why it's so awkward to do this. It's because I had to put a washer in between it because I didn't have a bit that was smaller. I needed a smaller bit. And I had to go to the next size up, and it made it so that these the shims or columns were trying to go down in the hole. So, I had to put a washer in between it to bring it up. And I don't know why I'm tightening that. Alright, so now we need to bring our belt up. And then we're going to pull that, but it feels like something's off. Alright, now we've got that motor pulled all the way back with the belt tight. Alright, we got that. Alright, we got it mounted. And we got a cord. Now we'll bring you over here. And I'm going to unlock it. And what I'm using to test this with is a 18 volt drill battery. Black & Decker, Hecker Record. Anyway, let me get something to set this up on. The battery. Alright, we're going to try this out. Did I get a dead battery? I think I got a dead battery. If I hold it on there. And reversed. Oh, this damn plug keeps pulling out. And there's up. And now I need to put a stop on it for the simple reason I think it will go up, but that corner I think is going to hit the belt. Yeah, it hits the belt, so I need to put a stop on it. Yeah, I'm gonna put a stop on it to keep that from going up any further than that right there. But it definitely needs a stop. Alright, and this is a 24 volt motor working on an 18 volt battery. And that was too fast. So I'm gonna back it down once I get my 12 or 24 volt converter, and we'll mount it on here somewhere. I don't really want to mount it here in case I have to take the motor off for some reason. I don't have to move the box out of the way. I'll probably end up having to make an enclosure to put back here to house all the electronics. The shock seems to be working okay, because it was basically the same going up as it was going down. So there you've seen it working, and you've seen it working on an 18 volt DeWalt battery. And I'll take you over to the bench and show you the circuit that I'm going to do. Well, here's what we got. We got the motor, we got the switch, and then we've got an exact drawing. I drawed this up on the Microsoft Paint last night. And you got your RC, you got your pot or potentiometer for changing the voltage from anywhere from 12 to 24, I believe. I ain't sure about that. and you got your DC positives, both of them. Oh, I put that in the wrong place. This is supposed to be right here. Well, that wouldn't work very good like that. I was thinking this is positive and negative. There's two positives, two negatives. This negative and this negative are clipped together, and then this is your AC input. But the black one, just to correct everybody so that they don't think I'm a moron, that was an accident. The black wire is supposed to be right here. I wonder why I did that. Alright, so it's pretty simple. I was going to put a potentiometer in it, but I've got that pot there, so I don't really need a potentiometer because I'm not going to be adjusting it like I would be if I was doing a drill press. You know, I'm just going to have it set for a certain voltage and that's it. So that's just need an access to it when you're working on it. And then I'm just going to put that switch in there, which is this right here. And we already got the motor, and then there's the plug that goes to the outlet. I got that off the internet, and that's a pretty simple way of doing it. You got your motor, goes to the two middle ones, one on each side. Then you got your hot coming in, and then switched over to the other two poles opposite. That's how you reverse your polarities. And then you got your power source, which is going to be that bad boy right there. And that ought to have that buttoned up. Once I get it all together, turn some light back on here. Once we get it all back together, I'm thinking about using something like this right here. I'll show you. Thinking about putting something like that right there. I'm cut that off of a old breaker box, and I thought about putting that right there and put my switch right here. So I'm debating on whether I want to do it that way or that way. That way actually looks a whole lot better. I'll just drill me some holes up through it and use some little screws to go up in it and hold that together. And then all I would need would be something to go around this side. Or I can go get a enclosure box that's about the same size as this area right here, underneath here, and cut a big round hole in it to miss this motor mount, and mount the box up on here, and then you'll have your plate that mounts on the bottom of it. So that way I can take and put my switch in here. It will also cover all this out here and look really decent at the same time. Now I'd like to paint this white, but matching this white is going to be a nightmare. So I don't know if I might redo this thing completely and repaint it a whole different color. Might just camouflage it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'd like to match this paint here for here, or match this paint to here. Actually, this would be better. Use that green. I can get green hammered, but I'm going to have to take this plate off here and take it to Walmart and try to find something to match it up. Because they do have green hammered, blue hammered, black hammered, whatever hammered you want. And it's a good possibility I might be able to match that up. So, for not a whole lot of money. But you've seen it work. And we're not done with it. We still got some modifications to do to it. We're just going to call this part 3 a shorty. And all you guys sitting on the edge of your seat waiting for this thing to run, you can sit back on your chair now. We're through playing now. And if anybody knows why that's funny, you're too old. Later, guys.